Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's out there having fun and back and ready to join us. Hopefully, people are still up. We're going live. Man, if I can get myself comfortable, that's another thing that's important that I do. But I hope everyone is ready to join us. Sorry, we had a little technical difficulty earlier, but we are back in full effect. Let me fix my hair here. That's important. Okay, let's just set that back a bit. All right. Well, we are live, and hopefully everyone is going to be out there to join us soon. Up there she is. Hello.
Oh my God. Do we
So it
have
was
a
the house.
connection?
Yes. So it was the house.
It was the house. Yeah, no, and you know what? I have trouble even talking on the phone in there. So, you know,
Oh.
whew, girl, let me tell you something. That hill, first of all, cousin, what's going to do that? Give me a chance to share the live. Thank you so much for coming, cousin, because I'm talking about, I just rode my bike up that hill. And that is I call that the hill of faith. Do you hear me? That is, oh my God. You just really,
God be with you.
I'm talking about,
What's up, Black Orphan?
you just really, let me see, I'm just trying to see who came earlier so I can
I
have
know.
them come back.
I know. We'll see who can type in. Shout out to you said Kay Evans. You know who that is in Black Office?
Who you said, oh yeah, that's my cousin right there. And
Oh
I'm just
hey.
trying to see let me see, Z, like here. Just motion. Yeah, okay, great. I'm just gonna choose. All right, just gonna invite some folks.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just say, oh, I can't even say what's up because I'm not the host of it, but yeah, I can say what's up right here. Oh my God, how are you doing? This is so much better.
Yes,
I can
1,000%
see
better.
you, I can hear you, you can see me,
Yes, but
and
just
I
make
can
sure you
pull
turn on
up my
some extra
laptop
Wi-Fi
and
stuff.
you said what?
I said just make sure to turn off some extra Wi-Fi stuff just in case.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got it off. Okay, but how I'm
Okay.
looking, I'm not blurry, right?
No, you're not. You're good. And these
Okay,
nails
great.
still popping.
Girl, the nails is still popping, and I almost took this finger off today. This nail is really glued on, girl. Trying to lead press on nails and fitted sheets do not get along. Let me just tell you. I was trying to tuck the sheet, girl. When I tell you this finger almost like it's still
That's why
in
I
pain.
do
I'm
long
still
nails.
having to be like, like grab everything with this finger up, like just to make sure no
I'm
touches
trying
this
to
right
tell
here.
you. That's why I don't do long nails. That's why I keep little stubs right here because I had this really used to work in the shoe department. I would to grab a box of shoes, my finger got caught, whole thing split in the middle. So I'm like, no, thank you.
Ooh,
But I am gonna
yeah,
try to press on nails though. So as
yeah,
you can
no,
see that we're now past my
your
time of drinking.
bedtime.
So I was like, no, well not bedtime because this is my drinking hour, my
Oh,
nightcap hour. So I just thought I'd bring it with me. Mhm.
You got that. You know what? I might have to do that same thing. I might have to do that same thing.
Yes, we can toast. Cheers to us.
Let
And
me
this
get me an
is
Angry Orchard popping off.
yes.
You
Come on,
know, I'm
everybody,
really
go
not a
grab
wine
yourself a drink.
drinker. I'm more of an Angry Orchard drinker, you know.
Oh, well, this is just a great little fermented grapes. So everybody, go grab themselves something to drink on this commercial break. I think I'm losing my lip a little bit, but it's fine.
Especially being a well, let me get a glass because I don't, you know, I do love Angry Orchard, but I gotta be careful on free advertising as well.
Right. And it's so
Although
funny because I
Angry
said,
Orchard did send me a whole.
what's up, Prince Phillips? Prince Phillips just joined us. I'm trying to think who else was on here earlier.
Okay, let's just get this going on. All right, let's get it popping off. A toast to Up Late with Shy.
Yeah.
Y'all get y'all drinks up. Shy Love, Prince Phillips, Kay Evans. Y'all get y'all drinks up. Now
yes.
you blurry, Shy.
What? It's you, not me. So. I have superb Wi-Fi. I'm top of the line.
We've got to get our Wi-Fi's to start dating. Hey, Soulville 895, what's going on? We on this joint waiting on Shaw's Wi-Fi to act right. First it was my Wi-Fi, and hey, now it's Shaw's Wi-Fi.
My ex, Shahara, am I blurry? Because the main thing is that it's not blurry out there. That's the main thing. Well, shout out to D Atticus. That's up in here.
Oh, you coming back in? You coming back in?
Okay.
You coming back in? Yep. Yep. I guess you might have just tried to get a phone call.
I put on do not disturb on my phone. So that happened because it shut this whole thing down.
Yeah. Shala, you said we clear?
Better. Okay, she said better.
Yeah, it's coming back in, right? Okay, you better. You better. Hey, Robbie Semraj.
Yes.
Guys,
thanks
we
to
might as
everybody
well get it started.
Yes, indeed. This has been a interesting night. Things you can't predict, but hey, or plan for. Just make it happen. Make it happen.
That's it, guys. We will not let the devil try to ruin Up Late update.
At all. Not at all. Even if it's at midnight, we're still gonna do it.
Mm-hmm. You know what I said too is we can do IG live, but I think in the future maybe we'll do a Zoom a Zoom call so we can put it up and it can look good. We can just put it on our thing because that way we can record it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I was thinking that earlier because I know that's what I do for the other thing I host, and it's a better quality in terms of the recording.
Yeah.
So yeah. But either way, that's why we still making it happen.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah, you back blurry.
Mm-hmm. That's because IG is like, come on, let's get it going. We're just gonna make it happen. It'll come in and out probably.
Guys, welcome to the update up late update. Hey Q Brooks, thank you for joining us. We got so much to talk about. Breonna Taylor, got her settlement. Cardi B trying to get her settlement. Lori Loughlin gets to choose her settlement. Guys, it's a settlement kind of week. Before we start with all the hot topics, we're gonna kick it off with Sha. What was new in success this week? What mountain did you cross over?
What mountain did I cross over? And I was thinking about that, and I just was saying to myself, like, I think I'm my patience has gotten a lot better. Where before, I think for myself, I was quick to respond to a lot of things that would normally annoy me. And I've learned to just kind of go in my own head. And that goes back to I talked about last week about talking to myself a lot. And sometimes I just got to step away for a minute And my silence is probably more detrimental to somebody if they know me, because when I'm not talking, you should be worried. But I think I've gotten more patient in my response to people. So I think that's a success for me, because I know I was very hot headed before, and I was like very reactionary, and I've learned that that emotion was controlled by somebody else as opposed to me controlling myself. So
Yeah.
that was a better thing I needed to do for myself in this week. But how about yourself? What was your mountain? What was your success for yourself for this week, this past week?
The success for myself, this past week, actually happened yesterday. Okay. I was, of course, you know, me and Reverend Ike, girl, let me tell you something. I'm scared to even listen to regular music anymore. I need to get this mind trained for the wealth. Okay. I don't listen to nothing else. So I was listening to Reverend Ike, and he was just like, you know, get over it. Get over it. Wherever somebody did you wrong, get over it. Get over it. And you know what I decided? I sent somebody an email, a text message. I was waiting on them to return my text message. And I started thinking all of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of putting together some looks and this and that. And I just decided right then and there, I'm about to get over myself. Who am I that I need a response right away, or I will start building a story and thinking of this? As soon as I committed to that, heard back, you know what I'm saying, from the person, like, and so many times I have built a story, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Oh
And
yes.
I just decided I'm getting over myself, but not only getting over myself, I'm getting over every single thing that has been done wrong, because, you know, I feel I don't want to hold up my blessings in this unforgiveness. And you know, the Bible says, you know, when you ask him, you know, you pray to the Lord, and if you have anything that you need to forgive somebody for, forgive it so that the Lord can forgive you, but then also too, you can be ready to receive the blessing. So I just decided to, you know, yesterday, I'm getting over myself. Like, if ever I'm thinking anything that someone might be thinking based on something I made up, I'm getting over myself. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
hey,
Say that all
JP
the time.
Justice Labs, thank you so much for joining. Lori Douglas. Let me give some shout outs. Anisha
Anika.
DJ, K
Anika.
Dog Jackson, I am Q Brooks, Robbie. Thank y'all so much for joining in.
I definitely agree with that, because I definitely have said that to myself, that I normally will poison a conversation, poison the interaction in my own head before I actually have the interaction. I'm already, you know, casting doubt in my mind. So I
Yeah,
completely get that. Completely get
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
so that, I mean, that's one of the reasons why we are all work in progress, because, but to me, the best part about these moments when you have these reflections or introspective about yourself is that you see it. Because the problem is, a lot of times people going around in the world thinking they don't, their stuff don't stink, ain't nothing wrong with them, they ain't the problem, it's your mama, it ain't you, it ain't me, you know. So that's the other issue. So I'm just glad that we're having these awakenings.
yeah.
So
No, seriously, because not only do my stuff stink, guys, it's downright funky. You know what I'm
it is
saying?
there's not a Febreze that can knock it out. I know that.
I got to Febreze myself and Febreze my attitude. Hey, Troy in LA. Hey, the Atticus. Yes, the blessings of self-growth. So, guys, we have a list of things that we're going to talk about. One thing that, though, too, I do am passionate, so passionate, and I know Shai is also passionate about talking about is Black excellence. You know, we talk
Yes.
about all the gossip. We talk about all the things that are going wrong. But I want to begin our thing with things that are going right. I mean, we already talked about, you know, what's going right with us. But now I want to talk about what is going right in Black excellence time. And what I saw this week is that, did y'all see the mom and daughter bought the gas station in Florida? I'm talking about,
It was
guys.
amazing just seeing that. I mean, first of all, I didn't even think that was even allowed. I thought that was illegal. I only thought there was a certain group of people that were allowed to even own. Or just the fact that that's a boss move. That is the biggest boss move that you can ever do. A gas station,
Yes.
not like a convenience store or liquor store.
Yeah.
You're talking about a whole gas station.
Yeah.
So
They
that is a
bought
true
a
boss move.
Shell franchise.
And I didn't even know that. I didn't even know you could. I mean, I assume most of them are, for the most part, they're not. being owned by the corporation. But I was like, you can get a franchise of a gas station.
Well, now Shell is franchising. Shell is franchising. So they were able to do it. If mom is 51, daughter is 35, you know,
And
South
so young.
Florida. Yeah, I'm talking about, 51-year-old LaShawn Flowers, the mother of 35-year-old Shanita Vickers, works with her daughter as joint CEO on different businesses. The two just bought themselves two, not one, two black-owned gas stations in South Florida. So I'm talking about not one, but two. And girl, they are looking, girl, I'm talking about,
That's amazing. And so while everybody's out here trying to get people to do this pyramid thing and get money, we need to be putting our money together to go get a gas station. Okay. If I get another request.
If I get another request talking about, now you need to bless somebody, Dale. Don't even worry about when it's coming back. Just go ahead and bless somebody. Guys. I want to bless everyone, but I would not be blessing via network marketing. Sorry, guys. Okay, I can't do it. I can't do no more pyramid scheme. I need to know my money is coming back. Like I could be investing in, you know what I'm saying? Like I can take $100 and invest in the mutual funds, and that way I know I'm getting that money back. You know what I'm saying? People is investing in pyramid schemes and don't even got no life insurance plan. I mean, not that I'm hating on them for not having life insurance plan, because everybody decides to get it at some point. But I'm talking about guys. Guys. I mean, but the thing about it too is I be running into the people that got their money that day, so they be real convinced. I be real convinced
and convincing everybody. But that's how they all work. And I won't put the person out there, the family member out there that have been trying to rally me in. And it's just like one of the things, like, first of all, this has been going on forever. And somehow, somewhere, somebody has now reconvinced, because the pandemic is going on, a lot of people are out of work. So they're reconvincing desperation that one day you're going to get rich off of getting $30 out of everybody, or $100. Listen, do you honestly believe this is how people are wealthy? Because somebody came up on a pyramid scheme? That's not how Bill Gates is not rich because he had a pyramid scheme. It just didn't happen. Steve Jobs, no, that's just not how it happened, people. But listen, hats off to all those who believe that. And trust me, there's probably somebody on here right now. What you mean? I got such and such on my board right now. Trust me.
See, the thing is, people are getting that unemployment money and see them checks is coming in. And so they like, well, now I got $100 to invest because I ain't got to go to work. Guys, we still not invested $100 into the pyramid scheme. Like, guys, like that is not my version of Black excellence. Now, of course, I don't, I'm not trying to talk down about, I'm just trying to say that I have my money better spent somewhere else. I'm not doing it, guys. I'm not doing it.
Listen, I have more things to put my money into, and it just isn't that. I got pull-ups to buy. Okay. So
shout out to, let's do a fan shout out right now. Shout out to Kay, shout out to Kyle, B Comedy, KK Caribbean, Luther, Writer Sports, Shout Love on the line, D Atticus on the line. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Troy in LA, thank y'all so much for joining us. Yeah, so I also read another report that this Black-owned airline of private airplanes is doing very well amidst this pandemic. You know what I really love about the pandemic is it's been such a revealing of all this money that was available. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the SBA granting business owners grants and so many COVID relief programs, but though when you look up those COVID relief programs, it's been showing you the other things that are available for somebody within your business, in your genre of business anyway. So it's I know so many entrepreneurs doing well amidst the COVID.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it took also social unrest too to provide some of these businesses down deciding to pour money into Black communities and Black businesses, which, sometimes it has to take that to happen, which, I applaud those who are doing it, because I know a lot of, from Facebook to Google, a lot of them are providing grants to people to start their business, so If you're out there, you've got a business and you're looking to, and some of them are grants, you don't have to pay the money back. So that's always a good thing.
Did you say Uber was providing grants?
Google.
Oh, Google. Oh, okay. Y'all, let me call y'all right back. Okay, because I need to go apply. Guys, I don't play with that. Okay, as soon as I find out a grant is available, guys, I got to call y'all right back. Okay, guys. Update with update, y'all. We'll be right
I need you to get on your computer
after these messages because I need to get this Google application going side. Guys, going side. And I did it.
It's available for you. But what else is happening out here? Like, okay, so we just found out that Breonna Taylor's family had a $12 million settlement from, which is like historic settlement from the killing and passing of her daughter, or killing, I should say, of her daughter. And it's one of those things where I'm like, all right, it's great that they did that. And we're still talking about the rest of the police officers. But it doesn't affect the police officers. It affects the taxpayers because that's who paid the money. So I'm like, I mean, that's great for them and the family. But to me, it's just like another side of the risk. Or they think that giving that money is going to provide some kind of comfort that they're going to make them go away and not worry about the police getting arrested anymore. That's the only reason why I think the number was that high. Because it was so publicized and people understand that the depth of somebody sleeping in their bed and not coming out alive because somebody accidentally knocked on the wrong door. So,
you know, I read an article in the New York Times that was saying, here's Breonna's long term relationship with this thug guy is the reason that her death, you know? Not the guy she was with that night, but this other guy that she dated on and off, you know, that was under investigation. Okay.
He bailed him out.
Okay. Just to clear up some facts is, no, I'm not agreeing with her because the article really pissed me off because she's not dead because of her long relationship with this thug. I mean, we've all dated a thug. But guess what? Okay. We've all encountered police that know how to control themselves as well. So that's why. Now, there was a firing. The guy who did, you know, all of, like, went trigger happy with the shots, he was fired. But these other two officers were not fired because they, you know, the state says that they have the right to fire back because Mr. Walker was fired at, you know, he fired at them first. But also, too, y'all, first of all, y'all coming in to do a search warrant, you know, when you are, you know, it's just amazing how you're always able to control yourself when it's a white serial killer. But when it's black people, you know, you just, for some reason, you need to get off the whole round. You understand what I'm saying? The whole round. Now,
and shoot somebody in the back as they're running away.
Now, but the thing is, the two is, you know, you want to control somebody, you shoot the foot. You shoot the foot. You can't get away. You shoot the foot. The foot is bleeding. You call the ambulance. They didn't have no ambulance outside. They didn't have no nothing outside. And you know, I mean, I don't know, like $12 million can still never replace your daughter, but it was what the mayor, Greg Fisher, the mayor, or the, let me look up who Greg Fisher is so I can know, his proper term. I think it's, the mayor of Louisville. He was like, that's what he, you know, can do to make things right. They also made the Breonna law, which prohibits the no search, the no knock warrants. They also put a couple of other things in place, but you know, I think what you need to put in place is these officers in a jail cell, because this is a death. And let me tell you something, y'all would be responding completely different if this was a white male that they went in and killed.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
But now, you know, the sad part about it is I don't really have hope that they're ever going to see jail time. My thing is, or even jail, I don't even think they're going to be charged, because the way the system is set up, police are allowed to retaliate and murder and kill someone when all they have to say is, I felt like my life was in jeopardy. The end.
They don't even have to say that. Okay, let me,
I want to give a shout out while you're doing that to CD Style.
Yes. Thank you so much, Seaside, for coming in. Yes, please, and give the comments. Can you go back and read the comments because, um, first of all, Kate, I heard you when you said Uber provides rides to go pick up the money, not
Yes.
Uber providing the money. But I want to look up something while you're doing that.
And we have Lou, the writer, sports joined us. Was on here. Is on here. Kay Caribbean, the Black anthropologist. Yes, you can keep us straight. Thanks for joining us. And Stila Boo was on here. But I think, it's no matter what, at the end of the day, money will never replace a life. No, money is never going to make anyone feel better. And especially when the fact that they basically are saying these cops are not going to be accountable for Brown staff. No matter
And the
how
mayor
many.
also said it too. The mayor said he doubts it because I just want to what I was looking up. First of all, let me give y'all the comments check in. See the South says send those crooks to jail. KK Caribbean said the family also requested they change the way they police minorities, and the family wants the officers arrested and have their day in court. They already had the suspect in jail before they went in to serve the warrant. See, and that's what I'm talking about. You already, because she was dating this other like Jamarius Glover, and even her boyfriend that she was with that night said that he had his gun on him because he thought her ex-boyfriend was trying to come and break in. That's why he fired the shots. Thank you, Racing for Life joins. Kay said that part. See the South said, preach, Dale. There was no reason to have a no-knock warrant for people who are not kingpins. Exactly. You searching somebody's house. You searching somebody's house for what? 3 bags of weed, niggas? Like, come on now. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the biggest issue. But then that's why they won't hold them accountable, because then there's gonna be so many other people who become the judge who allowed them to sign the warrant, who basically said, okay, you can go search this house, but a no-knock warrant to go into her home with only a little bit of what there's circumstantial evidence to be able to say, because there's an association to her and his boyfriend, and she bailed out years ago. Yeah, and he had shoes or something mailed there. That was just like the only association. But that's another reason why I honestly don't believe they're going to go to jail, because there's too many other hands involved that signed off on this and that knew that this was all going on.
And then, I read this in the New York Times article. They did all of that. They went into this lady's house, no knock, search warrant, killed this lady, and they never did the search after that. Never did the search. You know what I'm saying? What? Like, guys, y'all. So See the Style said they are going to stand before God one day. They're going to stand before God this day, and you can best believe is, even if you living outside of the jail right now, you in jail, boo. You can't go there are demons. We have real life demons on this earth that can kill somebody, go to sleep. But let me tell you something. You can't sleep at night. You cannot sleep at night. I know for a fact. And that's what I be praying for. May the souls of these people y'all going after, may they haunt you to take retribution on yourself. See the South. Shah Love said that part. Put them in place. Jail. Put them in their place. Jail. Exactly. Kay says right. Deatica says they have made a good start, but until the officers are held accountable, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done.
It's not gonna happen. I appreciate the fact that we're keeping her name alive and recognizing her, and like even watching TV shows. We'll talk about the Emmys a little bit later, and people wearing it and publicizing her name and their name. They are not going to put these men in jail, because they're going to say they only fired. This isn't an incident of George Floyd where, they were saying he was detaining and he was, the excessive force causes death. This is a scenario where police officers felt their life was in danger and they retaliated with gunfire based on the shot that the boyfriend shot. So as much as we would hope that would happen, we have seen police officers, Eric Gardner's police officer, choke and repeatedly hold his man in a chokehold, and he didn't get charged. And I'm not saying we should give up the fight. I'm just saying let's be realistic. We've had videotapes. We've had young boys shot for playing with guns, and the police officers have not been held accountable. And we can't say in this scenario, well, now the scenario where a police officer literally was put in a position where he thought he was being fired at. Do we think that's going to be the reason why they're going to put him in jail? No, they're not. I think and I'm not saying we need to move on. We need to start moving on to the bigger issue, which they've done the thing about the law. Everything else, I'm telling you right now, they're hoping that this goes away. That's just all it comes down to. They hope it goes away.
And let me tell you what has gone away. And maybe y'all correct me if I'm wrong. First of all, I gotta get in the comments because everybody's jumping in the conversation. I can't thank you so much. See the South says ban police unions. They are the cause of the problem. Kay says right. See the South.
Yeah.
They wouldn't roll up on El Chapo's people like that because you know why? You know why they wouldn't roll up on El Chapo's people? Because they would shoot to kill. That's why they don't roll up on El Chapo. They know for a fact. See, we are the Lord's people, so we are typically not armed people. We don't. It's not in our blood to kill. But here's the point I was going to make too: is in 2016 there was a shooting of 3 officers in Baton Rouge. You know, after all this like shooting, I was just looking up the police brutality reports in Baton Rouge from 2016. There are none. You understand what I'm saying? Because they spoke their language that day. Now, I don't advocate, I want the Lord to take vengeance. But as a Black person in America, I do feel like, what language do we need to speak? Because somehow you all are able to disarm yourselves when it comes to white males who are carrying a weapon. But you are unable to do that for Black people. But here's what I would like Black people to do. I would like us to raise our sons to not raise a gun at each other, because everybody is saying that's not the issue. No. The reason they do it is because there's an arrest. But I'm just saying, let's try it. Let's try to invoke so much love in our Black men that they're not killing each other and they're uplifting each other. Because once we create this community of togetherness, then I feel like that alone sends a message out, because that's what you have with white males, that's what you got with Indian males, that's what you got with with other people, is they don't have a whole lot of reports of them killing each other. Now everybody kills their own race, you know what I'm saying? Because
but I think honestly, truly though, that is truly the perception that's continuously being put out there in order for us to be distracted from the point of police who are put into place to protect and serve should not be killing unarmed Black men, regardless of the fact that Black people kill each other. Even still, that every other race still kills each other. And that's what we want to keep saying, because we want to keep saying that as the proponent of this should be the thing we should be focusing on, which we should. But we could do both. We could have more things, which the systemic racism that leads to a lot of these. Now I have to find this young man's name who did a video just the other day. I think his name is Old Chappie. I have to find his name. He did a whole video about this, about people saying that, oh, Black people kill each other. And his whole position was, but the system has set up to ensure that happens. Low education, more Black men being in prison, less jobs. When you have low education, you have less jobs. So a lot of times these situations these young men are put into is a cycle in which they're creating to hope that they do kill each other. So I'm not saying that, yes, there should be a lot more that we could be doing as a community to keep that from happening. But there's things that have been set up, redlining for one thing, have been set up to ensure that we're putting a cesspool that create this kind of festation of anger and hostility towards one another, that's what we're going to do.
Okay, I understand your point of putting certain measures into place, but the police were never set up to protect and serve. They were set up to catch slaves. They are still trying to catch slaves at this point. They were never set up to protect us. That is, they recruited the KKK so that they could have a union of people that caught Black men. That's the same mentality today. So we have to understand who we're dealing with right now, so that we're not expecting people to come around and protect us. Now, yes, I've got family on the force. My cousin, who, God rest his soul, was the chief of police in New Orleans, the chief of police in DC. I mean, I've got my first cousin right now who is on the force. Like, so I'm saying that there are good people on the force, but what I'm telling you is that there's never been no force set up to protect and serve the people and let's get all these people off the street. No, but I'm telling you that we are at a time where we have more opportunity and more killings of each other. Less opportunity back in the day, less killings of each other. How could that possibly be? We have to do the policing. I don't know about you, but the black men in my family that I have lost have been the black man that I lost 2 years ago in my family, that was by another black man. So,
yes.
You know, I want that piece of it to stop. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, the two have something to do. I want to see us as a community just come to back each other, because if you have a whole army of black men backing each other, then you don't have these snipers that can roll around, because you got these men backing each other. And you know what I'm saying? You don't see them policing the Jews and shooting down the Jews, and the Jews is at the welfare office just as much as the blacks. You know what I'm saying? I'm standing at the line. I'm standing in line with the grocery store. The old Jewish man is using his EBT card, and so am I. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. Is y'all are you're targeting us. You're targeting us, and I want us to target each other less. You know, I want us to not be targeting, especially our men. You know what I'm saying? Let's do a fan check-in. Thank you, John Cia, for joining. KK says the police unions need to be dismantled. Deatica said, exactly, no police department wants to be the one who makes the precedent, which is to do the right thing, especially in today's climate. See the South says you are right. KK says, yes, they may be so bothered they destroy themselves. John Cia said they have sleepless nights. Right, John Cia. Deatica says, amen. See the South says knockdown warrants should be executed with overwhelming force, so no shots are fired. Somebody said right shot, they hate being held accountable. Jacia said we need to start shooting back. Jahan Jones joined. Thank you so much, Jahan. KK said, no, Jacia, we together are powerful. Continue to speak out, vote, file complaints against the police, and go to the police meetings. Thanks, Gwen, for joining. People are saying fire back. People are saying, you know, guys, y'all got so much to say on this topic. Here's what I want to say, and then we got to move on. Oh my God, so many people joined. Thank y'all so much. And thank you so much, Cal Hamilton. I see you on the line. Here's what I want to say. Most importantly, and then we can move on to the next topic when Shah says whatever she has to say. Prayer works, guys. I have been praying so much for resolution for this Breonna Taylor thing. I began the prayer. I began praying on the Dell Show. I began prayers with my auntie. I began praying. In fact, I used to have prayer on my vision board. I used to have Lord take vengeance on the police on my vision board. Then I crossed off vengeance and said, you know what? I'm going to start praying for the police. I'm going to start praying for the victims' families. I'm going to start praying for them. And then you start seeing the laws get changed. Minneapolis police was disbanded. You know what I'm saying? So it's coming around for the change, but don't just be online complaining and not doing anything about it. You see something, a number to call right then and there. It takes you 2 minutes to call. You know what I'm saying? So, but continue to pray, because that is how we get things, you know, changed. Okay, Sha, I'm up.
Well, no, I was just going to say one of the person I was thinking about, this Old Chap Charity is the handle, that he's a really good person that is online and really speaks to this topic. But moving forward to people, and what my point was about white privilege and the difference between the imprisonment of Black people versus that of a white woman. Lori Loughlin, who we all know famously from Full House. We all have heard this story. If you have not, you know, Google it to the extent of where it all goes back. Her husband, Massimo, he's a fashion designer, basically was part of a scheme to get their daughters into college. They basically paid for their children to get into these Ivy League schools, and they actually didn't have the credentials or the work to allow them actually get into legitimate. Yeah. Or anything. They had them fakely put on teams and everything. So they found out the scheme was happening. They got charged for it. But comparatively, and this is my point that I was making earlier, there's been several instances of Black people being charged and sentenced harshly for similar crimes, because they took a child that was not in their school zone, and they were sentenced for 30 years behind this. So disparities in that specific thing in terms of what happens in a household versus somebody who has money. That's my point in terms of like why things like this can happen and be a cycle that now affects a family. Then now you had this young boy out in the street killing people. But the story in itself to what now Lawyer Loughlin is now, but they've been only 3 months in prison behind this scheme, and now they told her she can choose what jail she wants to go to serve this 3 months.
Let her choose which one. So she, let me get this right. She looked in there and she was like, oh my God, they don't, hold on. They don't have avocado toast up in here? No,
Yes.
send me down to Victorville.
No sushi?
I need more of a vegan menu. Like, the thing about it too is, see, this is not, well, it is a matter of race, but it's a matter of race because it's a matter of money. They spent on a lawyer who is connected to that crooked ass judge.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
that's what happens with us. We have racist we have racist judges, and that's another thing too, is we need judge reform more than we need anything.
Now. You better say
it. Like, we need police reform, but we need judge reform. We need judge reform at the highest, because the judges are definitely illegally sentencing. There's people serving 22 years for stealing cigarettes in Texas. Yes. You know what I'm saying? People in Angola and Louisiana, stealing a box of candy when they was a teenager. Come on now. Like, I hate to mention things like this without mentioning a solution, but I'm gonna invite the audience to put the solution. What do you think the solution for this white privilege sentencing needs to be? Let me go to the comments real fast.
I got plenty of solutions, but I'll let them.
No, well, go ahead and say your solution, child, before I even get to the comments.
If you are a Black woman, marry a white man. No, I would say probably just. I think truly the only thing it is, and my thing, I've always said this, and I think truly when it comes down to education and the key component of us understanding our judicial system, our legislative system, and really understanding what that means, because we don't get as involved and submerge ourselves into what actually goes on around us outside. I think the presidential race is probably the only thing in most communities people care about, and if that, we don't think down to our local levels, because judges are actually you have to actually vote them in. Some of them are appointed, but not all of them. But then that's the thing. When do you know that? And so that's the other part of it. Like, and so because of that, this is why you have people in there who have records who like over sentencing people and sending people to jail for petty crimes, because of the fact that we're not involved. We're not involved. And I'm not saying everybody, but you could probably ask somebody, what's Cardi B's 5 songs on her latest album, before they'll ask you who's their state legislator. And that's what my thing is. We are so uprised about this social unrest that's gone around us, but those small little questions that we should be, or things that we should know. No, and I'm not saying everybody. I'm not gonna say it's everybody. But when I think about, if I ask one of our cousins and one of them who's younger than me, who's the state legislator, who's the senator for the state, they probably would not know. Yeah. They would know.
Yeah. Let's do a fan check-in. Thank you so much, Colbert Deshawn, for joining. See the South says a Black woman went to jail for 5 years for getting her kids into an elementary school. Yeah. Kate said, no, their real transcripts were horrible. John Cia says 5 years. John Cia said those people get to do whatever they want. Kay is LOL about the avocado toast. Sha Love says VIP champagne. Deatica says the struggle is real, but it ain't realer than the privilege, Thank you, Dentrez J, for joining. And thank you so much. Colbert Deshawn says Black Lives Matter, period. And I stand on that no matter what. Amen, brother. Kay says one solution would be to find out how judges can be reprimanded, continue to report them until they get so tired they will do something. Amen, Kay. You know what? Now that's a great solution right there. That is a great solution right there. One thing I did just recently look up for myself is all the props so that I can see what props to vote on. Like I'm not getting to the booth being like, I don't know, I guess so. I guess I'll say yes on this. I mean, it looks good.
Exactly.
I've been looking up the props so that I can vote on the props. What I really like about this, and I said, I just envision myself, right, just going and having 5,000 things printed up to, hand out to people with the props. But I'm like, maybe I'll take an ad out online myself to tell people about, what props to vote on when you're Black,
Yes.
Yeah, because I feel like that, we need the knowledge of, just the PSAs to go around and the knowledge of what to do, because we're so, social media, even when I come on here and I'll be like, oh, let me hit so and so on social media, girl, I'll get on Instagram and I'll be like, oh, let me like this real bad, girl, I forget immediately, like,
Oh my God, yes.
immediately. So,
I completely forget. I'm like, what did I get on here for?
Yeah.
But it's so true, because when you think about it, we're only involved in politics when it comes down to the president's race.
Yeah.
Outside of that, you don't hear nothing else about nobody's rapper, singer, nothing else backing up. Like very rarely you hear it.
Well, here's what I want to say more with the good news. First of all, Kay just says a group of African Americans just bought land down in Georgia. Did you hear about that?
No.
I do want to say some good news, because I love the good news, guys, because let me tell y'all something. People want to focus on it being bad and things haven't changed. Things have changed. I have gone to 3 years ago. I went to CBS was having this like benefit. Should we revive the Back to Africa movement? Oh, how did you have that question pop up?
It came out. That's why I said it's so amazing. They got this little thing where you can accept it as a question.
Oh, wow.
So,
yes. Oh, I love that. Guys, y'all just made it into the show on a huge scale. You know what? No, this is our land. We are not reviving it Back to Africa movement. This is the Lord. The Lord gave us this land. If y'all look in the Bible, the Lord tells Abraham that he will, that his people will be enslaved for 400 years, and they will be given the land that they were enslaved in Genesis. Look it up. This is our land. But this land, hey, problem child, this is our land, but it will not come. Even when the disciples was asking Jesus, when Jesus said the rich man will not go into heaven, well, not the rich man will not go into heaven, but he said, a man will pass through the eye of a needle before a rich man gets into heaven. But he didn't mean a rich man. He meant a man that depends on his riches getting into heaven. That's what he meant, that he would not get into heaven. But anyway, the disciples were scared. They was like, oh my God, Jesus, do you mean that nobody, if we're rich, we can't get into heaven? And he was like, nobody who has ever given up anything at the sacrifice of me will be forsaken. They will be given mothers and daughters and brothers and houses and land and wealth and riches with persecution. That is in Matthew, with persecution. He did not say that for no reason. That means that we will be given this land, but it will be in persecution. And I don't mean we as in, I mean we as in the Lord's people, the believers. So this is our land. No, not Back to Africa. Okay, but I do want to tell y'all some good news before we roll on to the next topic. When Breonna Taylor happened, Oprah Winfrey seated the cover of her magazine for the first time to feature Breonna Taylor on there. Beyonce used her platform to call for the 3 white officers who opened fire to be criminally charged. The NBA, including LeBron James, they devoted their post-game interviews to keeping her name in the news. So we're doing it. Like, even though, this land will not be given to us without a fight. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's what you need to know is no matter what's going on, there will be a fight. When you're doing something good, there will be a fight. Shout out to Gloria. Thank you so much for joining. Shout out to Shalove. Shout out to Kate. But I was telling y'all about years ago, I went to CBS was having a benefit for this young Black students in school. And I'm talking about, I saw every Black celebrity that I could think of in the room that had funded like 50 Black students. And I'm talking about they was giving 50,000. They had funded little girls from 4 years old to their college years. It's being done right now. Don't think that it's not being done, because if you look at the news will make you think that, oh, we still doing bad. No, I don't look at statistics, because the same statistics always got bad news. You know, we always looking at the horrible statistics. You have to seek out the good news every day, so you'll know it's happening. And when you start seeking out the good news, then the good news is going to follow you, you know?
Absolutely.
Okay, next topic, guys. I'm tired.
We are just getting started.
Okay, Cardi B, you know, or files for, well, before I mention Cardi B, Shy, you wanna go on? You got R.I.P. Notorious RGB here.
Yes, well, I just wanted to just make an acknowledgement, because, and which it kind of goes and ties into what I was just saying about voting and how important that is because Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away this past Friday, and she became this RGB. And for people who want to talk about, you know, the work people have done in favor of civil rights and just women's rights, she was a champion for that. And I just wanted to just take this time to acknowledge her life and her legacy and what it meant. And, you know, I don't want to delve too deep into that, but just in terms of like what the contributions that she has made and how important it is right now in terms of voting, because like her not being seated on the Supreme Court right now means that we have an imbalance in the Republicans and Democrats, so the conservatives and the liberals. So, you know, just, you know, I just say educate ourselves about what that means and the importance of it, because it, from my health care to women's rights, all of that stuff hangs in balance when we have conservatives who want to tell us what to do with our bodies and our lives. So that's all I got to say about that. Rest in peace, RGB.
Rest in peace, and also rest in peace to Offset and Cardi B's marriage, y'all.
I love that segue. Yeah, and I mean it.
Rest in peace to Offset and Cardi B. First of all, fan check-in, Georgia Boy. Georgia Boy, thank you so much for joining. Kay said the news will not report on that. Start giving out small scholarships in your own local schools. $50 here, $75. Every little bit helps. Yes, Kay. Deanna said LLS. BK Tone is in the building. Thank y'all so much. So Cardi B put out an article you sent me, Sha, to say that
yes. Well, it was People magazine is reported on, because she did a live video. You know, one thing about her is that she lives out loud. She tells her whole entire life out loud.
Yes.
So.
And she said that she has not shed one tear. You know, and you know what I was thinking too? I was like, after she said she has not shed one tear, she probably cut off the live and shed one tear. You know what I'm saying? Because
exactly. When you don't say it, when you don't say it. And it's so true. But you know, it's one of those things like, this is like the you see this coming down the road. Like they broke up, you know, before and because there was cheating allegations, and I think a sex tape came about. It's first of all, let me just say this. I believe Cardi B is, yes, with him and some other girl. And they got back together from that. Because here's two things I want to say about this. One, because she's been with him since she's 23 years old. She's only 27. People, stop getting married in your 20s. I mean, listen, I honestly, and I'm here for marriage, but I didn't get married till I was late in my 30s. I had to get past my hold'em for me to get to the mentality of being in a spiritual setting of where I wanted to be united with another person. And the problem is that these youngers are out here trying to get married, and they still out in the streets. They still trying to, you know, and then you publicizing the fact that you allow these three ways. And here's the other part I'm going to say is that she promoted them having these three-way relationships. What did you expect was going to happen? What did you expect was going to
Also,
happen?
also too, if she promoted them having those three-way relationships, then you actually promoted divorce long before it happened. Because
Yes.
you cannot, like, guys, as a woman that has definitely promoted her man getting into threesomes before, but you know, not my husband, you know, just my 20s, okay. The thing about it too is once you introduce that demon to your spouse, that demon stays on your spouse, your boyfriend, your boo. That demon does not leave, because you are introducing him to the worst demon, which is new vajayjay. Okay, now that is
Hello.
a horrible demon right there, guys. When you introduce him to something new, yours is old from that point, or you have basically opened up a new bag of crack and expect this man to go back to just smoking regular weed with you. No, no. You
But
got
I
to
don't
not.
understand this. But why is the three-way always with another woman? Because men know they can't handle it if it was another man. And then it's always, I ain't getting no bed with no another man. Like, why is that always the case?
Who want two people to get on their nerves at the same time in the form of two men?
I'm just saying, here's
That's
the
not
difference. Women got two hoes. Three, actually. So that's all I'm saying.
So get it. So, and that's what I'm saying. And the thing about it too is, if you got to take it there, you know, it's gonna be so hard. Like, you're gonna have to keep that up, because it's gonna be so hard to go back to regular life. Let's do a fan check-in, because girl, you know the things got so much to say. First of
And
all, shout out
Kiana's
to
here.
Big Dog Pit 56 for joining in. Kay said, LOL, she sure does. Gloria said, don't get married in your 20s. Cigars with Mac Joy. Kay said
No.
he wanted to do what he wanted to do when he wanted to do it. D Wright 64, D Wright 6480 joy. Shy Love said hello, one solid JK joy. Kay said that demon is there to stay with the new JJ, and you is right about that. I know Shy Love said you open all doors. Thank you so much, all the people that's joining in.
What can I also say? I know she's gonna regret for the rest of her life that she has a line in her top build song right now that says, "I don't cook, I don't clean, so let me show you how I got this ring." So you got to walk with a dirty kitchen, is what you telling me? Is that what you're saying?
See, and he over at that clean kitchen house, because at the end of the day, that WAP turned
Don't nobody want to go to bed with no lurkings of no dirty dishes.
That
No.
WAP turned into Doc, okay?
Yeah.
And then
He was like, I'm gonna bring this Dawn over.
You need that food and you need that kitchen, baby. You need that food and you need that kitchen. And that's the bottom line.
That's it. That's all it comes down to. But at the end of the day, listen, what's good for them is good for them. And Godspeed to both of them. I wish them both luck. So
Kay said, LOL, WAP with a divorce on the way. No, what it is Kay, she made that song when it was a WAP. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And then she started getting used to him, and you know what I'm saying? It was kind of WAP. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, he started, but also too, you did introduce that demon. Okay, shout out to them. God bless you, Cardi B. God bless you. First of all, let me just say this. Everybody that
wait a minute. I'm seeing something that come up on my thing saying a minute and 43 seconds remaining. What does that mean?
Okay, and guess what? That means we about to shut it on down, guys. It's been an hour. Let's end with Shaw's life lesson of the week. It's been Up Late Update. If you're not subscribed to Up Late TV show, please subscribe to Up Late TV show.
Yes.
Please find us on YouTube already. And I'm gonna let Shaw end with her life lesson of the week.
My life lesson is something I just always live my life by. It's like, don't stop wasting time worrying about regrets. It's like what you didn't do doesn't matter anymore. Like,
yes,
what opportunity you missed out on, or what phone call you missed, or so, it doesn't matter. Like, stop wasting time worrying about your regrets. And I'll leave it at that because we got 56 seconds left.
Yeah, amen. Guys, find us on YouTube. Find us on Instagram. Find us on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining the Up Late Update. I'm Del Harrison. Thank you to my co-host, Sha Hayes. And we'll see y'all next time on the Up Late Update. Up Late Bye.
Yes, bye. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Love y'all.
Love y'all. Thank y'all for coming.